For the last year, I co-hosted other Airbnbs in Chicago. I thought it would be easy money with no risk. But honestly, I stopped doing it and I'm glad I quit. In this video, I'll show you exactly how much money I made, the biggest headaches that I ran into, and why you might want to think twice before trying the side hustle for yourself. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kevin, and I've been hosting on Airbnb for over 6 years now. I love running my own listing, but I wanted to see if co-hosting was a way to scale and make way more money without buying another property. It sounded perfect. You help others manage their listings and get a cut of the income with no mortgage and way less risk. It sounded great in theory. My plan was pretty simple. I was going to start with a 9% flat fee on the gross rental income, which basically means the money after Airbnbs take. The idea? Prove myself with a couple of owners, get good reviews, and then increase my fees over time to 12% and then eventually 15%. With quick math, at 15% on $5,000 a month in 5 properties, that would mean I would take home $3,750 a month without owning anything. To test my idea, I signed up 2 clients here in Chicago. The first one was a luxury property, renting anywhere from about $400 to $900 a night. The second property was midterm rentals, meaning doing 31-day stays or longer. And I thought these 2 listings would give me a solid foundation to prove my concept and attract more clients to build up this business. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know, and that's with how much money I actually made with co-hosting. The luxury property had 6 different stays over 4 months, and I made $1,736. For the midterm rental, we had 3 stays over 6 months, and I earned $935. So that's a total for the 2 properties of co-hosting of $2,671 for nearly a year of work. And that's not counting all the hours I spent messaging guests, coordinating cleanings, or optimizing their listings. And getting those 2 clients in the first place, that was a job in its own. Honestly, I went into this thinking this was the perfect side hustle. I kept seeing people online selling the idea, make passive income, scale without owning a property. And I already had years of hosting experience and was a super host status. So I thought, well, why wouldn't this work? But there's a huge difference between managing your own Airbnb and then managing someone else's Airbnb. And as the co-host, it's always your fault in the owner's eyes, but it didn't stop at online management. It wasn't just handling messages. I went over there a bunch of times to check in on things, deal with repairs, and even spent a day in the Chicago Small Business Court. And that's free labor that no one tells you about when they pitch this idea as an easy side hustle. And it was the same with the amenities. Guests complained there wasn't a coffee maker or a frying pan, and I couldn't just fix it for myself. I had to recommend changes to the owner, and it was up to them to ultimately listen to me or not. Eventually, after a few bad reviews, the owner decided to cut ties. And honestly, at this point, I was ready to walk away as well. After that experience, I thought the midterm rental would be so much easier. And in my own experience, longer stays typically meant fewer turnovers, fewer guest messages, and a lot less headaches. But the property had its own set of challenges. First, the listing was basically just screenshots with no description. So I spent up to 10 hours rewriting everything and optimizing the listing. I took and edited professional photos myself to make it a lot more presentable. And all of that was just free work that I threw in as an incentive to sign them as a client. Despite all of that work, the property just underperformed. When we finally ended things, the owner refused to reimburse me for the last $108 cleaning that I already paid the cleaners. We even had a 30-day termination clause in the contract, but he just removed me as a co-host without warning. So much for that protection in the agreement. And by then, it was pretty clear that this wasn't a simple side hustle as I thought it would be. Here's what those easy side hustle videos don't mention about co-hosting. You can't even start co-hosting without a proven track record of hosting guests in the past. You're taking on all the headaches, guest messaging, cleaners, maintenance, emergencies, all without the upside of the business. You're responsible for the experience, but have no control over important things like amenities or maintenance decisions. And you're 100% disposable. They could drop you with 0 notice. Even if you have a contract, good luck trying to enforce it. When something goes wrong, it's always your fault. You're the face of the guest sees and also the person the owner blames. Most months, my take home after all this stress was only $200 to $300. If I ever tried the side hustle again, here's what I would change. I would first only work with brand new hosts who actually want help and will trust your expertise. Charge an upfront flat fee for listing optimization and photos, That way, your work isn't just free. Put everything in writing. Vet owners harder than you would vet guests. And lastly, make sure that they really want your help and not someone just to blame when things go wrong. And most importantly, remember you're replaceable. Don't build your life around someone else's listing. If you're thinking about trying this side hustle for yourself, here's my honest takeaway. It could work if you already have hosting experience and lots of time, tons of patience, and love handling details. But if you're expecting easy, passive money, this isn't the side hustle for you. Despite everything, I don't regret trying it as a side hustle. It was a great learning experience. And if I ever buy another property to do Airbnb, maybe here in Illinois or in Indiana, I'll be way better prepared. And if that happens, you can bet that I'll make a video about it. If you found this honest review helpful, consider liking and subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments if this changed how you view co-hosting, or hey, are you a co-host yourself? Has your experience been very positive? I would love to know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out this video that YouTube has hand selected for you to watch next, and I'll see you guys in the next one.